I was watching a Tonka stream earlier, and you know, well, that, and I also saw a little bit of a video from Chagrin, who, you know, I supposedly her house has been burgled, and I didn't really want to fan the flames. You know, everyone in that group seems to be massively angry all the time anyway, and I thought, you know, maybe I'll do my Pofit Mania for New Year's, because you know, I'm no good at dealing with insanely angry people at the moment. You know, it's bad enough when I watched a video by a very good YouTuber. What's that? 3 stuff. Just trying to get my head around what this is. Yeah, so yeah, I didn't want to rock the boat right now because well, people are a bit pissed off already, and you know, I do have a heart. I know most people seem to think that liberal people are evil for some reason at the moment, which completely confuses the feck out of me. Ooh, touching his dick. Press L3. Oh. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Saves putting loads of bits of paper and everything. Now, I've been a massive Sims fan for years. I played the original... Well, the original killed my hard drive. You know, personality. Right, what am I making? Adult.
Febinape.
Christ, you can even mod how they walk. Ooh, how camp. No. Where's a blokey walk? These are all girls. Oh, bloody hell. That's probably me at work most days. I'll go with that. I'm a cheery guy. Well, I try to be cheery. I'll go.
Oh, Sangula Pates!
Melodic. Yeah, I'm a warm person. Right. Aspirations. What do I aspire for? Oh, cooking. Pick trait. Oh, I am a genius. That's obvious to anyone who's spoken to me. Oh, I'm romantic. I'll put cheerful.
Ashkum.
Oh, actually, won't it? Let's change that. Oh, no, I don't have to, do I? I can create a wife already. Right,
oh, Shushka! Oh,
yeah, I'm definitely a geek.
Arbine!
Music lover, but well. No. Mean? mean? Why would I want to be a mean person? Right. Ah, that's the point. My name. Oh. My name. Last name. Cthulhu. There we go. Right, how do I turn these tips off? Manual. Alright. Aha! Right. Now, how do I alter that? So what happened there? Hello? Am I still on? Let's just check. Oh yeah, I'm still broadcasting. Stupid thing. Bloody, let's have a look. Right, what am I doing? I think I must have accidentally pressed one of the buttons wrong. How do I alter myself then? Menus, toggles. Rotate. Confirm, back, redo, undo. Right. Oh, that's how I move. Because I look nothing like this bloke. Not to be racist or anything, I don't look like that. No. Yeah, I've got my traits sorted. Now what do I do? Oh, what's that? Customise. That's masculine. I don't think I really want to be a fan of getting pregnant. Well, you can make all the men sit down on the toilet. I suppose that'll really piss off all of the, what they call them, the antis mob. Some of them are just unbelievable. Some of the total tosspots. Ah, right. Aha, right. Now, I wear hats, but I wear hats that are a bit silly and playful, so... I'll go with that one. Oh, it's a sloth. Oh, I like sloths. Right, accessories. I'll definitely want glasses because I'm blind as a fucking bat. I wonder if you can get tinted. Yeah. They look slightly like the ones I wear. Right. Necklace. How do I get rid of necklaces? Oh, I see. They're the times of day. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No. I want to get rid of the necklace. Don't wear necklaces. I definitely don't wear earrings. Facial hair. Well, I don't have a big beard, but I do like having a little bit of a moustache. I am a bit actually, I'm a bit lighter than that. There we go. Here. My hair's actually quite short this time of the year, which is strange for me. I'm going to try and grow it out though. I want to have long hair again, because it's but medium length. Oh, that's more like it. Oh, should change the colour because I'm blonde. Right. Face, haha. Face and skin tone. Now I'm a very white man. I'm not a cis white male, so I don't have those virtue points. No, that's where's slightly fat face. And that bloody thing's blocking the screen. Right. Actually see the fucking face now. Yeah, a lot of the antis that they seem to be desperate to find anything to complain about at the moment, and it's got to the ridiculous that there's this bloke. Oh god, that looks evil. There's this bloke called Jeremy something or other. He does videos about Magic the Gathering cards, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And he went out of his way to be just horrible to this cosplay girl, and you know, I couldn't understand what the point was. Just sort of needlessly mean to people. Teeth. Now they got all wonky teeth. There we go. That's more like my mouth. Brawling and falling off of bikes don't do your teeth much good. Right, now, can I make myself into a fatty? Oh, not too fat. That's bloody annoying thing about these games is that you can't quite get the. I'm quite rugged though. Style look. Boba Fett. Darth Maul. No. Country Club Casual. No. Emo. No. Not since probably the 80s. Right. Oh, lots and lots of choices. Wear what's jacket. Let's have a look if they've got anything that I'd actually wear.
Ooh.
I wonder if you can just lose the jacket. They are very hipstery, I'm noticing here. But I don't mind, you know. This is a bit of a hipster type game. I'll go with that. Yeah, yeah. It's the sort of thing I'd wear. Let's just have a look at what's... Oh god no. Oh god no. I hope you can alter the weather like other Sims games. No, I don't wear wife beaters. I look fucking stupid. My hairy back. Hairy back and hairy chest. That is... If I wear a wife beater, I look like... a like 1970s wrestler, and it's not very appealing. I think I'll leave transvesticism for the moment. Full body. Let's have a look. Oh. Oh dear, no. Oh no, no, no. That's not how I dress. Formal wear. Right. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, I'll go with that. Definitely. Okay, oh, I don't know, actually. Nah. This isn't going to be a massively spontaneous video, I'm afraid, because, yeah. Not sure about the footwear, though, but no. Oh, costumes, great. Oh, they got the hot dog costume again. Yay! I can look like a complete idiot.
Ooh.
Or I could dress as a clown. Or other kind of clown. Can look like something from fucking a horror movie. Ah, that's how I normally dress up before bed anyway. I'll go with that. Oh yeah, definitely. That'll be my night attire.
Huh.
Parties. Yeah. Okay. All right. No. Yeah, that's how I dress at parties. Oh, I don't know. Oh! Yeah, it's the wrong blend. Not sure. Oh, I want black. Suit jacket. Oh yeah, I like that. Like that. Yep. I think I'll change the glasses though. That does look a bit fucking stupid. You know, I'm not Elton John. I'm not going to wear... Oh, earrings! Ugh. One thing I will never wear are earrings. How do you get rid of shit? Ah! Right, how do I get rid of stuff? Redo. Oh, undo, I see. No. No. Oh, it's undoing all the wrong things. Ah! Right. I'm going to go for cool glasses first. No. Accessories. I see. Yeah. Got rid of the bloody things. I am not an earring wearer. Mainly because earrings, like lots of metal things, spark off my OCD. Which isn't a pleasant experience to have at all.
Huh.
Oh, you can have tattoos. I look like Brock Lesnar. Oh, the wrong trousers again. Oh, that's the mapping thing. Oh, I see. Looked like I had bloody trousers with squares on them. Blah. Horrid. A bit of flair, I suppose. Yes. Shoes. Oh, loafers. Yeah, I'm not really a loafer, man. Sneakers. That's more like what I wear. Yes. Now I've got the hat off, I'll do something about the hair. The hair is all wrong. I'm not a member of the Roman army. Here. Right, let's have a look. Oh, too short. No. I wish I could get away with it, but no. I don't know, let's have a look at long hair, see if it's got anything. Yeah, that's more like how I have my hair. Oh! Doesn't seem to have any mullets in here though. Yeah, that's how I'd have my hair. Right. Aha, right. Ah. Right. Every day. And now I'm wearing pyjamas for every day for some reason. Sleepwear. Yeah, that's how I dress. Sporty stuff. Well, actually, I don't wear sweatshirts when I do sports because I sweat like a friggin' horse. So, it's one of the other problems of having body hair. You sort of just it's a right pain in the arse. Right, where's pants? Yeah, that's basically what I wear. Except for the watch is wrong. No watches. That's annoying.
Huh.
Also, you can't have odd socks. I wear nothing but odd socks. Basically, it saves all of that bloody hassle of when I've done a big wash, having to sort them all out into what they are. I just put them together because I get all my socks the same size anyway. Except for occasionally I'll get specialist socks, but you know that's for oh yeah, gloves.
Huh.
Oh, I don't have gloves. That's weird. Yeah, that's basically my body shape. Right. Yeah, I want to change the bloody doofer. Right. Every day. If I could get away with it, I definitely would wear just pyjamas all the time, but since I live in society, you can't do it. I wonder if you can make them wear women's clothes. No. No. Oh, I like that. It's not as faded as my Hawaiian shirts. I think I'll change the trousers a bit on the trousers. Right, let's have a look at the shirts. Oh, God, blimey. No. I'm not Tyler Durden. Even though the amount of saddos who completely get the concept of Fight Club wrong, I find it absolutely hilarious. Although those idiots who actually think that Tyler Durden's an alpha male when he's not an alpha male. As they understand it, he isn't an alpha male.
Uh-huh.
What watches? You know, the Fight Club isn't about an alpha male at all. It's about a man not trying to deal with the fact that he's homosexual. And you get all these fucking idiots who they think that Brad Pitt's character in it is like some sort of thing to live by, and you're like, no, you're not understanding what Fight Club's about, you idiot. Yeah, that was pretty much like me. Let's just do swimwear. Right, can you do speedos? Is the question. Oh, actually, I'll probably go for the long. Yeah, I'd wear them if I could afford them. Flip-flops for men? Right.
Huh.
Leggings? Okay. Right. Play! I have heard by other people that it does take a little bit longer to play this than the PC version. Let's have a look at the areas. Oasis Springs. I think I'll go for near the sea. Yeah. Ugh. And I'll go for build me own. It's the main reason why I like this game, because I can build my own house, which is a dream I've had since my late teens. Yeah, once I get underway, I'll right. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, it's one of these where it won't shut up whilst you're trying to do stuff. Right. Build mode. Right. I know about build mode. I've played these before. Pee off. Yes. Yes, I know. Right. Oh, go away! Oh, these bloody things. Yeah, I know about build mode. You don't have to keep bloody telling me. Right. Now, need a wall. Build. Objects. Oh, that simplified it a little bit. Yeah, right, I see. Right, yeah. Piss off, mate. Yeah, okay, I get the... Right, build. Oh, piss off! Bloody tips! Right, walls. No, I don't want half walls, do I, you stupid bloody thing. Basement tools. Right, I want to create a room. A room. Start with a standard central room and build off of that. Need a bathroom and a kitchen. Right. Roof. Where's the edge roof? That will do perfectly. Oh, bugger. No, that won't work. Ah. No. Oh. How do I rotate? Oh, there we go. Hang on. Right, now how do I get rid of this one? Oh. No, 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 no. No. No, I don't want furniture and stop bloody... Ugh. Well, that's weird. I don't know what to do with that. Let's see now. Bulldoze lot. Oh, bugger it. Ah! I can see problems with the design already. Right, a bit more LT. Right. Ah, there we go. Right, roof. Right, let's go for that standard style. Yeah. Right. Front door. Oh, I like the rainbow one. On a side door. Right. Wall pattern. Uh, Well, I saw the disaster artist earlier. It wasn't that bad. I wouldn't put it in my top 10 of best films this year, which I'm probably going to do on Periscope, not YouTube, because, well, probably going to do it from my sisters. But I will be doing... on this, I'll be talking about my top 10 worst films of the year. And it wasn't a bad year for film, I found. It certainly wasn't as bad as last year. There wasn't any major stinkers. You know, there was a couple of really bad to be expected sequels, which, you know, why isn't it working? You know, it was a surprisingly good year for sort of reboots, though. You know, of the films of this year, there were a few standouts that I didn't put in favourites because, though they weren't terrible, they weren't fantastic. Like Jigsaw is in the list, but some something like The Mummy wasn't. And I know everyone seems to hate The Mummy, but I really couldn't understand why, because it wasn't. It certainly wasn't a terrible movie. It wasn't sort of, you know, oh, that's clever. Actually design the rooms. Yeah. Right. Go with the bog standard. Where's the cheap piece of shit? How do I look into the house? I can't get into the house. How do I get in the house? Building, right. So, pool, fountain, terrain, columns. Oh, chimney. Floors. Carpet. Why am I not in the house? Oh, I hate it when you want to control something, but you can't bloody do it. I can't get into the house. Right, let's have a look at controls. Toggle. Ah, I think I know what it is. Ah, there we go. Right. Paint. So that's a time saver. In the olden days when you had... Oh, God, no. Didn't want to do that. There we go. The olden days when the original Sims games on the PC, if you did a fuck up... Oh shit, won't fill the whole room now. Ah, there we go. I will master this, but you know, it's going to take some time. It's sort of like learning to drive a car with your feet. It's yeah, the olden days Sims, you didn't really have the sort of free movement you have on this one. Though you could do stuff a lot quicker. I want the lino. Oh, I've got to drag it. No. I want to see through the wall. Damn it. No. No. Notifications, library, live mode, sledgehammer. Oh, that's design tool. Ah. Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, I like that. Go perfect in my bathroom. See, if I design my own house, it'd be so much different from the standard. I find this, the way people have standard design houses really boring. I always love the really inventive designs people have. It's supposed to be a bathroom window. I don't want the neighbours seeing me taking a shit. That'll have to do. Right. Objects in room. Right, where's bathrooms? Oh, I want the counter. Right. Where's the cheap as chips ones? I'll go with a cheapie. Yeah, looks pretty much like the one in the kitchen. Ah. Oh. That'll have to do. Right. Microwave. Sink. Trash can. fridge. Put a little bit more counter in. Oh no, wrong there. Oh, no. That's tooled or no. Oh. Yeah, it's a slower system, I have to admit that, compared to how quickly you can do stuff on a PC. But it's not actually that bad. I think it's, you know, I'm surprised how it's not so, you know, I was really worried it'd be very jerky, like, when I had the Sims 3 on my old beat up laptop, and it'd get nightmarish, where everything would be jerking around, couldn't see what the fuck I was doing. With the lead. So for a bathroom. It's the big hanging ones for the living room. An outdoor light. Ah, there we go. Decor. Come on. Oh. Comfort. Oh. No. Beds. I want a double bed so I can get shagging done. Where's double beds? Cheapy one. So I sleep in a single bed because, well, if I did have a girlfriend at the moment, we'd have to sleep in separate beds because I have a tendency to snore, and even worse, I walk in my sleep. Outdoor furniture. You know, the talking in my sleep can get quite annoying as well. More than one girl's left me. That and the I don't get it so bad now, but I used to get terrible insomnia, and lots of girls would tell me, "Oh, I can put up with your insomnia. It'll be fine." And then about a month later, they go, "Why don't you go to fucking bed?" And usually the relationship would sour from there. You know, it's a shame, really, that it's been such a difficulty for me to find Miss Right, or as oh cross, who was it? It wasn't Woody Allen. It was God, my memory's terrible. Robin Williams. He said, yeah. Every man's looking for Miss Right, or Miss Right now. Oh dear. It's a sad death. You know. There's so many horrible pieces of shit in the world, and someone as nice as Robin Williams dies. It's just like, no justice. No, that's wrong. Dining table. One of them. Not the cheapest piece of shit you got. So plumbing. And where's the bath shower unit? Because I always found that was a way of saving cash. Toilet. Never have black toilets. My friend Scott had one at his house he had in London when he lived in what was Canary Wharf, and it was a pretty shit place anyway because everything was so ridiculously expensive. But he had this black toilet, and it was such a pain in the ass because it'd show up the least amount of shit that you left, sort of, if you I can remember oh god, who was it? It wasn't I don't think, no, it wasn't him. It was Peter's wife. Peter was a friend of ours, and his wife was horrible anyway. She left him and got a really evil lawyer and took him to the cleaners. It was really sad because he's such a nice bloke. Well, he ended up going gay afterwards, and I'm not surprised why, because some women are just evil. You know, there's no two ways about it. She was just, she was like sort of vicious. Wasn't like, you know, someone who would say mean things, and you know that would be that. She was malicious. Some of the shit she said to me one day, and that was back when I used to take things to heart a lot more than I do now. But yeah, she was fucking evil. You know, I think we should have listened to Scott on that one. He said, I think your wife's an evil piece of shit. And that was years ago. I think it was actually Peter's stag do. He said that, and he got all upset and angry, and he was saying, you know, shouldn't talk about my future wife that way. She just seems like the most evil piece of shit I've ever met. And he was right in the end. Real shame as well, because Pete, God blimey, did he have a great lifestyle. You know, at one time he was on something like nearly £500,000 a year. But she took him to the cleaners, and worse was that well, he was left with virtually nothing. You know, left with fucking mortgage payments that he couldn't pay for because the stress had made him so ill he had to give up work. But yeah. You know, I very rarely wish bad things to happen to people, but you know, if I heard that evil bitch had fallen under a train, I wouldn't really be that upset. I think the most evil thing she ever said to me was when I'd had my first breakdown back when I was a teenager. Because I knew her then, I knew her when we were at school. She said that, you know, in the olden days they'd have just stuck me in a lunatic asylum and then throw away the key. So I was lucky. I thought, thanks for that. That's really what you need to hear when you are having a nervous breakdown. Still, loads of people say stupid fucking things all the time to people when they've got depression and you know, they're in a bad place. Storage, lighting, kids. I wonder if that's a games console. Kids activities. Fireplace. That's something I can't afford. Rugs. Oh, I like that. Mirror. Body care essentials. Oh, this is all shit for the bathroom. Sculptures. Nope. Don't need any of that. Wall decorations. Oh, I like that. Oh, toilet paper roll. I need to last little touches. There's the concrete floor. Metal stone. Room. Outdoor. Right. Ah. Why isn't it? Oh! Ah, that makes things a bit easier. No, oh, none of them. Huh. Right, now what do I do? Oh. Ah, that makes things easier. I wish I'd known how to do that earlier, but still, I got most of it sorted. Right. Live mode. Yeah, I know this shit. Stop. Fuck off. Hate games where the bloody bloody piss off. Oh, well, when this tip go away?
Oh, Nusha! Huh.
Oh, how do you get rid of bloody tips? Fucking filling the screen up. Game options. How do I turn off the bloody tip thing? No, nothing there. Bloody thing. Now what happened? Oh, there we go. God, how do we get rid of these bloody tips? Oh, I'm going to check on... How to get rid of tip menu on The Sims 4 on PS4? Pain in the arse. I don't need the tips menu. Why won't it just go? Oh, you fucking thing! Ah.
Oh, Nusha!
Oh, right, right. bloody tip thing won't go away.
Aniosa. Perfect.
Oh, this is great. I can't find a way of getting rid of the bloody tip thing. Oh, bollocks to you, you bastard. Fucking wanking cunt. Fuck. No help there. Right, let's have a look on.
Oh. Woo! Watch your move! Oh, 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 Yipsy! Oh, oh,
Come on.
Welcome to Some Awesome Games. I'm Rob playing Sims 4 tutorial on getting rid of always popping up. If you start again, they're going to be popping up. It's just always there. It's kind of annoying. A lot of people are annoyed with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quit game, exit out. I'm going to go to Origin. I'm going to type in a little message to the game and tell it to, stop giving us a tutorial. We're going to right click on the Sims and go to game properties. And then we're going to type in minus O.
Oh!
fame!
Turn off tutorial on Sims 4. Oh, God, why is it bloody for the PC version? Fuck you. Fucking pain in the fucking ass. Skills. Right, I know what the skills tree is.
So. Oh. Woo! Watch your move! Oh. Oh.
All these bloody things.
Oh. Oh. Whoa! Oh! Say, Gedna!
Oh, no more pop-ups. Fucking things.
Oh. 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 Woo! Watch your move!
Know what I'm missing in the kitchen? I need a chair. Standing
Spino?
eating.
Yeah,
Oh,
fruit.
ah! Still got trouble with my tailbone. Gonna wait till after Christmas and go back to the doctors and give them an ultimatum. If they don't do anything about it, I'm gonna complain to the local authority because I've been putting up with this agonising pain for the past year and it's not gone away. Anyway, if I can get the thing to pop up. Come on, come on. Ah, there we go. Now, these are my top 10 worst films of 2017. Now, all the pop-ups have pissed off. I can actually get a word in. Right. I'll go from an almost good movie to the really unforgivable rubbish. So, first on my list, Wonder Woman. I know everyone was going, oh, well, it was better than so-and-so, and it was better than this, and better than that, but it was a heavily movie for me. I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. I didn't understand why they set it during World War One. When Wonder Woman's more of a World War Two character. Gal Gadot, I think her name is. She's perfectly competent. She's just not really that interesting. You know, she's just, you know, Wonder Woman as a character, you could do so much, but instead they decided, oh no, let's just go with a like bog standard type storyline, and it was just a bit boring, really. You know, I've seen better. You know, I'd even say that Justice League was actually better, which is also on my list. Anyway, yeah. So Wonder Woman, I just felt it was a little bit too long. It was all over the place. Couldn't really decide what it wanted to be. You know, if you're going to do a war set superhero story, go for something like The Rocketeer or Captain America that did it a lot better. Anyway, next on my list was Logan, another superhero film everyone seemed to love, but I actually found really boring. I found it boring, I found it dull, I found it depressing. If it had a little bit more humour in it, I'd have probably enjoyed it, but sadly I found it a slog. It was like sort of watching The Wrestler or something. It just seemed to lack any sort of humanity to it, and it just... I came out feeling a little bit blue after watching it, actually. I found it a bit too depressing. You know, I don't want to see harsh realism in a superhero movie. You know, I think they should be going completely the opposite direction, making it more fanciful, more enjoyable. Like my favourite film of this year was Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which had human elements, but it did the right thing with them. And I've just scratched my leg and it's bleeding. Oh, bloody hell. I don't know. Next on the list was the really disappointing Pirates of the Caribbean. What was it? I can't remember what it's called. I can't even read it. Basically, it was the fifth Pirates of the Caribbean movie, which was basically just a reboot of the first one, but not as fun,
Sure.
and with some really boring acting. And I thought it was really a complete waste of time. You know, if you're not going to make anything new, why bother making anything? Next was Murder on the Orient Express, which I really hated, being that I'm a huge fan of the 1974 version, and also the 2000 version no one seems to know about, which was Alfred Molina, which was it was like the mirror opposite to this sort of overhyped, boring, heavily padded movie, which had action scenes in it, and I was like, it's an Agatha Christie novel, what the hell do you need action scenes in it for? And I'm not looking forward to the supposed Death on the Nile sequel that might be coming along at some point, because Kenneth Branagh isn't very good at playing Poirot. David Suchet's very good at playing Poirot, and but it just it was a slog to get through, and I really felt like they'd wasted the having such a great cast. You know, Daisy Ridley was in it and she was boring, and I'm like, oh God, I hope this isn't the future of her career, that she ends up doing nothing but bloody boring old crap. But yeah. So next on the list was American Made, which I'm also a big fan of life story movies. I like films like Casino and Goodfellas and All the President's Men. You know, films that are actually about something real. But there's just it seemed to be, I could understand maybe the book version would be better, but the film version seemed to paint this picture that the main character, who was trading drugs with the Contra rebels, was somehow not a fucking piece of shit in a system that was creating addiction and toppling a government that had been elected into power and was a socialist democratic party, not a fucking puppet of Russia that Ronald Reagan liked to make it out. The Sandinistas were. So, you know, and I read more about the actual events and the characters involved, and this movie is like, it's sort of painting a picture of an event from just bullshit, an untrue position, which I found pretty disappointing, actually. Right.
Tip.
So yeah, American Made. I think what I can understand what it wanted to be, but it just didn't didn't cut the mustard, and it sort of glorified a lot of pretty terrible people. Next was Beauty and the Beast. I could understand what they wanted to do, and I mainly watched it because my niece wanted to see it, but I found it pretty much a complete waste of time. It would have been much better to maybe update the animated version, or make a CGI of the animated version. I couldn't understand why they did live action, but I don't understand why they do live action versions of classic Disney at all. It just seems to be a bit pointless. I'd have thought it'd have been better to make something original, like Up is one of my all-time favourite Disney Pixar movies, because it's got a completely original idea to it. And one of the major problems with Beauty and the Beast was, I can't even remember what her name is, the girl who was in the Harry Potter series is such a terrible actor. She's just not very good at it at all, and just comes across as being a bit sort of vacant. You know, it's like, it seems like bad casting. Yeah, the other problem is it was a very forgettable film. It's weird because I can remember all of the scenes in the original animated version, but I can hardly remember anything about the CGI, the live action version. It's very weird because, you know, I've got a photographic memory because of my autism, but you know, it just seems to be. Well, I got a little bit bored and I started looking on Twitter. I got so bored with it. Doesn't seem didn't seem very romantic. It felt very sort of you know, like they wanted everyone to go mad about it, but it wasn't really very good. Right, next on the list, Justice League. The problem DC has that I find a little bit annoying is DC Comics has been around since sort of the late 30s. It's got a huge catalogue of heroes, but they keep using the same bunch again and again and again. Oh. Ah, I see.
Uncle? Oh.
Right. Yeah. So, sorry, I blanked out for a minute there because my character was doing stuff on the screen. Yeah. Yeah. If you're gonna, DC's got all of these characters, and this slow feed is really frustrating. If you're gonna make this cinematic universe, best thing you could do is just throw out a load of characters. You don't have to give big explanations to their background stories and their background histories. You have a fan base who want to see these movies.
Sycophus.
You know, the Marvel movies don't give background histories to every fucking character on the screen. Just, my feeling is that Warner Brothers is trying way too hard. Why is he so tense? I don't know what to do. Getting ultra speeded.
Huh?
Having a lot of baths. Yeah, so DC really needs to get their finger out their bum and actually vent to someone. I wonder if there's a dating thing on here. Oh, he's playful now.
Oh. Oh.
Right, so it was ultimately my problem with Justice League is that Warner Brothers is already having a massive success with the much better television shows. Why do they have to go for this load of old fucking bollocks with this expanded universe? Why don't they include the television universe in that expanded universe? That way you've got a whole load of characters like Arrow and the Flash who are already in it. Why did they have to try and restart this fucking Barry Allen thing again? And they didn't use Barry Allen again. They used Wally West. Just fucking annoying. You know, if you're gonna use DC characters, use DC characters. Don't use this sort of cloning of oh hello, who's this? Someone to meet. Funny introduction. Yeah, don't do this fucking bollocks where you got to try and act like Marvel.
Limla, huh? oh, Yabo.
Oh.
Ganesh. No, Mafrispa. Bruce. Tedu. Wallacharm Souza.
Oh, they're doing a funny language thing again. They're speaking in tongues. So basically, Justice League wasn't very good. It was a much better step in the right direction. At least it made me smile once or twice. Certainly wasn't Suicide Squad. Because Suicide Squad was like fucking cancer. I strongly think that it was probably the worst superhero film ever. And I've seen ones like Man Thing and Punisher Warzone, but it was just terrible. So at least they're learning slowly that not everyone wants this sort of hyper energized system that's going on at the moment with some pretty, you know. Oh, hello.
Fabachi.
She got big boobs. She has got big boobs. Oh, hello. Blimey, they are big boobs. So, my next on the list was it involves some backstory. Now, many years ago, when I first started on my job on the railway, I used to have to do a lot of moving stuff around, mainly lost property. And at one point I got to lost property at Waterloo and they bagged loads of stuff that they had to get rid of because some of it was like 15 years old and they were trying to make room. Oh, he's doing some cooking. And there was a bag, it was like the size of a Christmas sack full of books that people had left either in bags, they'd they'd left it on board the train, stuff like that. So I was told, well, they're going to go to the skip, just take what you like if you're interested. So I was hunting around and I saw The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger, and I thought, I wonder what this is, because I haven't personally read a lot of Stephen King novels. You know, I like Stephen King as a film writer and director, like Maximum Overdrive, one of my favourite films. But I read the book. It was one of the first sort of times it took me roughly, must have been 3 days to read it, which is like record time for me, because lots of times I've started books but I haven't finished them because I get a bit bored. What's happening?
Oh!
Zatorb.
Nova.
Yeah, so it took me quite a while to get into the other books, though. The first book felt really unique. So eventually I got the Audible version of the Dark Tower novels, because I switched to audible.com. And I liked the first three, and then it's like, because these books were written over 30 years, you can tell when Stephen King sort of was packing up the drinking and the taking marijuana, because it does reflect a little bit on his writing. So there's definitely that point where you realise that he'd sort of lost his swing a bit. Also, the inclusion of real life events, like when he was run over, and even including in one of the stories a parallel world Stephen King who actually died when he was run over, which was like a bit weird. Oh bloody hell! Keep falling asleep.
Ooh, sheesh.
Yeah, go home, you idiot! You keep falling asleep. Oh, it's a kid. Yeah. So I heard on the grapevine quite a while ago that there was an intention of making a film version of The Dark Tower. Well, let me just check something. Oh, I am broadcasting. I was just worried for a minute there that I've been talking to myself for like 2 hours, which has happened before. So, yeah, and I'd heard lots of people attached to it. At one point, there was Spielberg was attached to it. Just lots and lots of talk and lots of people writing stuff on the internet that wasn't true. And, yeah, it was, you know, my instinct was originally Stephen King wanted Clint Eastwood to be playing the gunslinger. Because the character is basically Clint Eastwood. So, yeah. And then I started hearing disquieting stuff about casting, that they kept changing their mind over who they wanted. At one point I heard Brad Pitt was involved, and then that was dropped. And then I can't remember where I read it, but all of a sudden Idris Elba was being flaunted, and I thought, oh dear, no. Oh dear, no. And it wasn't that I'm against black actors playing cowboys. Django Unchained is one of my favourite cowboy movies now. But,
Lori Zorbal.
Tense again. Wish I could have salads. Yeah. Can't have scrambled egg and bacon all the time. Yeah. So when I went to see the film, I hadn't heard very good things anyway, but when I watched it, I was so disappointed. It's probably the biggest disappointment in years for me, because you know, I'd watched so many spaghetti westerns. I knew how clever it can be to have a supernatural western. You wouldn't even have had to include all of the stuff about the tower and about the telepaths and even the monsters. None of that stuff was necessary in this. But instead they decided to squeeze in 7 books into one movie, and they absolutely ruined it. And what was produced wasn't even worth having the name of Stephen King or the Dark Tower attached to it, because it didn't resemble anything in the books. You know, it had the actors saying lines, but those lines didn't coordinate with anything from the books. Which was really annoying. Let's see here. Dance. speed him up a little bit. So yeah, it and the worst thing about it is knowing that this might be the only attempt for a long, long time for them to make another Dark Tower novel into a movie. Which that really is the kick in the teeth. It's a little bit like after I watched Ghostbusters, I knew, oh shit, they're not going to make another Ghostbusters for so long. Oh fuck. You know, it'll probably be like something like 2030 before we get another Ghostbusters movie. You know, it's just, and it's such a disappointment when you see something so well made become so squandered. And the next on my list wasn't well made. The franchise it was attached to wasn't squandered, and it was bloody awful. I'm talking about Transformers The Last Night. Now, the only good thing about this film was watching Anthony Hopkins probably laughing his way self to the bank. It's funny, he very much played the same character that he played in Westworld, which seemed to be like a man with absolute power, just loving it. It was quite a delight to watch him doing it as well, and getting, you know, paid for it. But yeah, I was pretty much blown away by his performance. Everything else in the movie was fucking awful. You know, it was it was so much the standard Michael Bay fare that, you know, you could have attached any plot line to it and it would have just been a complete waste of time. It wasn't tedious. There was tons of action in it, but most of it was really boring. There was a load of stuff set in London that just, I don't know whether they're getting a tax break from the Tories or something to film in London, but there's loads of films all of a sudden where there's bits of it filmed in London. I'm just like, what's going on there then? You know, because I watched Paddington 2 recently. And a lot of that was set in London, but at least it wasn't showing shitty London. It was showing fairy tale London. I wish more films showed fairy tale London. But yeah, I always just of the Transformers movies, I'd say it's second most watchable. The most watchable being number 4, which didn't make a lick of sense, but at least it had Dinobots in it. At least it had Mark Wahlberg also phoning it in, but being quite funny phoning it in. But yeah, this was just dog shit. And being a fan of Transformers lore, it really was shocking to see how badly made it was. Let him finish doing the writing and he can go for a shit. No, go and have a shit, you silly sod. Yeah. So, from a franchise that no one really gave a shit about, being sort of, well, it wasn't even it wasn't even terrible enough to be considered to be ruined. It was just really bad. To a franchise that I've been a fan of since probably the age of 11. The agony that was Alien Covenant. A film that, again, was another fucking reboot. Basically, this time it was a reboot of Alien. It wasn't funny at all in any possible way. None of the crew did I give a fucking shit about.
Mibs? Oogalam.
To make matters worse, it was boring. There were whole scenes in it that just felt so put on just to tick boxes that I was left pretty much depressed by watching the whole thing. It felt like Ridley Scott is basically trying to edit out the whole point of Aliens, with the Alien Queen and all that. That's the instincts I get, that he wanted to basically make everything that wasn't his in the Alien franchise no longer canon, which made no sense to me either. And it left. It was supposed to answer questions from the first film, and it did none of that. It actually made you have more questions and left you scratching your head even more what the fuck was going on. So it was ultimately an utterly frustrating film. I know what I've got to do. I've got to get a bookshelf. Build mode. Yeah, the characters in it were, you know, I understand if you're going to do horror, that people aren't going to act like they would normally. But Jesus fucking Christ, how fucking stupid were the characters in this film? You know, if someone says, "Oh, this is an alien life form egg," I know, I'll stick my head over it. You know, how fucking stupid do you have to be? Idiot.
Rikinja. Huh? Uh-huh.
choices. Yeah, so my biggest problem with the whole Alien Covenant was it's not even about aliens anymore. It seems to be about Ridley Scott's obsession with trying to I don't know what. I was just so confused. I was watching it thinking, what the fuck is this franchise about now? What happened to the Deacon alien at the end of Prometheus? How does an android know how to pilot a ship? Why did they kill everyone when they got to the planet? And you're just sitting there thinking, this is going to turn out to be a load of fucking shit, isn't it? And they're talking about a sequel to this dog turd. What I don't get is why can't they just make
Fribs, Gorg.
make a decent film, for fuck's sake? Is it that hard?
Oh, and Loy. Ooh, yeah.
Go have a shower, mate.
No. Hurts.
Yeah, I'm completely lost to a game of groans. I'm completely lost to what actually, the whole point of the franchise is for now. It just seems to be skill. It's cooking. Aha. Now what do I do? Oh, he's going to work. Oh, that's all right. Come on, Mush. Oh, fuck, the cake's gone. Oh. Oh, kiss someone. Oh. It's no fun having a tailbone that hurts and a shoulder that hurts. Pain in the arse. Literally. So, Alien Covenant, I really don't understand what the point of it was. It just seemed to be such a sort of all over the place movie that really wanted to be Alien, but needed to tie into the dog shit that was Prometheus. Really, if I was 20th Century Fox, I'd take Alien away from Ridley Scott, because he's fucking it up like nobody's business.
Woo! Brancha!
Oh dear. I don't usually piss myself.
Fumbo!
Yeah. I thought he was having a shower and he went and... Ugh.
Claffy. Kumiao.
Share insecurities with someone. Oh, I don't know about that. The lady with the big knockers.
Proud. Dag.
Lonkus. Ooh, Eboyev. Pempanini. Abayo, ha.
Juanita. Gorba.
Aw,
Pandoli usenet. Smishy yafana. Nurgle quosenex. Buma samzomog. Bonji. Quafika abimo. Ah, Chilu.
Smentina? Droba.
Lanji.
Oh, I've got 2 more people watching.
Zabarani Charib. Zabris Cathar.
Sadly, they've missed me
Uchima
pointing
Golada
out how
Sonkin.
shit
Vaima Kaboy.
Alien Covenant was.
Shamagra. Sublur
But I'm
Baroda.
sure anyone who
Blurna.
actually has the unfortunate
Heathens.
time of actually sitting through that
Oh.
absolute
Wogrichov.
dog shit film
Warna.
will probably
Brihe Ganit Benu. Nilsy.
experience that for themselves, because bloody hell was it bad.
Aflin. Ayabo.
Ay yarbo. Mm. Oh, she's taking my rubbish out for me. Now, if only she was wearing a sexy outfit, then yeah. She could be my perfect woman. Yeah. Trying to find a woman who likes playing chess. Ugh. Also likes housework. Come on, you fucking idiot. Get out the bath.
Torib! Woohoo! Ah! Ha
Right.
Karoo!
Do some cooking for the lady.
Oh!
Lunch.
Actually, I think I'll move the
Who gives?
table.
Nada.
Yeah, come on, control. I'll put the table here. Let's get some chairs.
Ospa!
Oh,
Ah.
Come on, Master Cook, get on with it.
Rolshba.
Woohoo! Yes. Yes. Nibor? Yeah, boya. Huh.
Ah, ja behor.
Come on. Such a slow eater.
Proud.
Certainly not like me at breakfast time. I have seen that there's an add-on for this. It's about 40 quid, so it won't be till I get paid next. But
Chelky.
you know, the add-ons for The Sims have always been quite good. It's not like, you know, Battlefield or bloody other EA products. I think it's mainly because it's Maxis and not EA. EA just sort of publishes it for them. But I'm really surprised about how smoothly everything's running on this. You know, because previously, to get it to this sort of quality of gaming, you needed to have a pretty super duper computer with a really sort of updated graphics card. And, you know, the only time I've ever seen it playing as smoothly as this on something like The Sims 3 was when my ex-girlfriend had it on her laptop that was an i7.
Lunch.
But it's funny, her arms move, but her arse doesn't. Still, you're never going to get perfection in gaming. Besides, if the bum did move around, Anita Sarkeesian would probably be screaming and shouting about how this will lead to the end of humankind. Oh, he's happy at last. Pretty much how most of my relationships go now. Still, I am making a concerted effort next year.
Crez? Nathan.
Dear. I still haven't worked out how to make the chat appear on screen. But, you know, I suppose people were typing when I was slagging off people in the last stream. I did, where I basically, well, the evidence points more towards my point of view than the point of view of the amount of absolute fucking neckbeard scumbags that seem to be infesting the skeptosphere, as they call it. I watched quite a few streams. I basically detest Andy Warski, no bullshit, and pretty much anything Blair White says that's not scripted usually sounds massively idiotic. But I've been watching Destiny, his debate streams, and I am quite impressed. I think he's more Tildeer than the Amazing Atheist, because he does have I do get a feeling that he is more of a sort of capitalist type person than say a liberal person like me. But he's very good at making a lot of these people who say stupid things look even stupider. It's why I'm a bit worried about Tonkasaw actually going into a debate with him, because I think it might be a big mistake, because you know, I like Tonkasaw. I think that most of his problems stem from his aggression problems. That when he's not being aggressive, he actually sounds like a pretty reasonable, sensible bloke. But then he just gets angry at people when things don't seem to go in the right direction. Which, you know, it doesn't work out well for him. It's as well as making it look like he is how can I put this without causing a massive amount of stress? Yeah. Trying to make it sound normal. Oh, let's see now. I think him debating Destiny is just going to be a massive car crash, because I watched the stream he did with oh God, what was his name? Oh, it's gone. Some French sounding name. And that bloke was a open socialist, and it ended up with him basically coming across as a bit of a vulgar idiot who was just basically shouting at the bloke. Wasn't reasonable at all, just was constantly which, you know, that sort of being angry and shouting and all that might fit in with a group of anti-SJWs, but you're going to have a hard time beyond that group, and they're the sort of people who don't seem to show much respect for people who fail in their view. Oh, where's he going? Oh.
Zatorb. Oh, Pomeray. Chile. Uh-huh.
Jean.
Oh, another girl with big boobs.
Joel.
Wafa. You dumpsa.
Quarbodaish. Quimbo.
Ah.
Inshame baya.
No. Joba.
Stay still. I can't talk to you if you can't. Oh. I don't know.
Oh, drip. Ugh.
Ah, what's happened? Ah, he turned into a woman for a second. Right, let's have a look at. What is it? That's all the nice places. That's a library, nightclub, museum. Let's go to the library. Yeah. Yeah, it's well, I was a bit disappointed this week with Social Rec, who I can see his point completely. He was doing this thing where he basically was at work, and he didn't have to do anything for about an hour each day, so he'd do like a stream thing. And, you know, his point was that his employers are probably, if they... oh, come on. Get to know. Come on. Go and talk to the woman, you stupid fucking...
A beanie? Why be? Go larga stumse, yef? Sinabwa kobib. Duma flizza. Yibs. Fluba save. Arva. Jasa.
Is there a cafe in here? No. Aha. That doesn't work. Ah. Play with...
Easy. Yibs, Tombra.
So. Oh, yeah, horrible.
Is my bishop exposed? There you go, there's my old joke. Do need Austin Powers jokes. How old am I?
Zimzay
Bar.
Oh,
There's bald men here then.
Oh.
Ah. Brave.
Lovo.
Abadon.
Oh.
Prop?
Oh, Yumbala. Mech.
Oh, Blorid. Huh? Wadida. Huh?
Oh.
Leroy.
Sistun Turib. Pithatow. Shabini. Woonfik Shayama. Bombzoid Dimpish. Grenea. Mechjate.
Comple Varuda.
Could have to go to bed in about half an hour. Let's see what time it is. Oh god, it's 2.
Bethany Felka.
2 a.m. Yeah.
Baribi.
That's one of the things that is a bit annoying about the whole streaming thing.
Rig.
Is
Shabini.
time zones.
Barbie. Wisp.
It's really why I wish I could stream more with English people instead of Americans. Because, you know, some days I'm completely up for it. Other days I'm not because my energy levels are completely...
Weebstana Hishina.
Uh-huh. Yibs.
Karoo.
It's quite funny when I look at the really old Sims, like the first one. You used to have this problem sometimes where people would go up a flight of stairs and then they get stuck because there wasn't enough room on the upper level for all the people who were already up there.
Oh, Caro.
Turip Kipoi.
Turba.
Oh, on a burr. Oh. Oh. Pelvin. Dolphus Kadop. Famush Ulak. Sangula. Barbahoy. Zenis Rebalfa. Gynum. Sabo. Renee.
Oh, hey. Cool.
Miqua. Ems. Shwebe. Ina Boosh. Hello, Kennethoy. Jay.
I lost my temper a little bit on Twitter earlier. which wasn't good. I'm just so sick and tired of hearing people using the same explanations and defending stuff that is just so ridiculous. It's unbelievable. I even was commenting on a bloke's YouTube video where he seems to be defending an absolute piece of shit. I can't understand this thing of late where if someone is acting like a complete cunt, that somehow pointing that out is taking away his freedom of speech. So they don't care about the actual victims of the shit that person's saying. Oh no, that their rights are completely arbitrary, because we've all got to respect the rights of someone like this Jeremy dickhead who basically opens boxes of cards for children. And there was this girl, supposedly, who was Australian, who was a cosplayer. And she was so bullied by this piece of shit and his mates that she has given up her cosplaying. And I'm like, so his right to be a complete piece of fucking human effluent, that's okay, but the girl who had a career out of something that was completely harmless, oh no, we shouldn't respect that. I'm like, and these people keep going on and on about capitalism. I'm like, you can't have everything. You can either be sort of say that people should be allowed to do what they like commercially and spend their money as they wish, or you can be a dick. Uh-oh, my stereo's dying. Repair. Yeah, I'm pretty much astounded by people who defend absolute pieces of shit. You know, I like Bunty King, but I don't think Bunty King, I think his attempts at trying to get clickbaity views and all that, it is really damaging him.
So.
Nabatane. Dupa.
Money grabs, money papuka. Ugh.
Oh.
Chew. Ugh. Hey.
Pardus Kitna. Fwashes a breeze. Sensibi Kinniku. Swarspa. Gathara. Seneke. Belindi. Buma. Samzo Mog. Bonji.
You know, I wish Bunty would focus more attention on things that are actually important in life than running around defending people like Mouthy Buddha, who's just the most obnoxious piece of shit going. You know, these people seem to treat things like the Jewish question like it's something that really needs to be dealt with.
Oh, Quink!
Like, the fact that World War II happened.
Soybim? Cheflet.
Kapuna.
You know, how fucking stupid do you have to be to bring up something as horrendous as the genocide of people? I just thought, these people are fucking idiots. Again, I think it's because they've run out of things to talk about. because the SJWs. I've watched Sinatra Says do these fucking videos about Riley Dennis, and I'm like, Riley Dennis, he or she is just a blogger of some sort. It's not like, missed work.
Link.
Oh. Spubani. Harfa say hoi voy. Ugh. Hoi voy. You beamy. Gomip. Ugh. Appenhau funeda zonkso. Ah.
Ooh, yappa.
Oh.
Jabin, laundry tool.
Ooh, Eva.
Don't know what he's doing.
Vanaya. Meshka.
Yatzel. Yakinarb. Ah. Ooh. Herxa.
God, it's trying to balance out the bloody character aspects is fucking hard work.
Ooh, watch a boo. Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's buggered off.
As a rat. Piguna. Huh. Yuba.
Oh, it stopped flashing at least.
Womberg, huh? Womberg. Wallake, huh?
Cohaben Agella.
hurts. Ah.
Eating, shitting and having bubble baths, it seems to be the life of this character. Find a real job, and not one like that Ian. What's his name? Ian Miles Chong. Jesus Christ, what a fucking piece of shit. You know, some people you sort of you can understand some people working 2 days. Yeah, you can understand some people who are journalists and they'll look for sort of the truth no matter who it is. But some people just when they're making up total fiction about people, I can't put up with it myself. I find those people repulsive. And especially when they take stuff that people have said out of context. You know, it's one of the reasons why I blocked that girl called Chambers of the Heart on Twitter, was because she tried to do it to me. And I thought, no, bitch, you're not... this conversation now is over. You know, if you're going to misquote stuff that I'm saying about things, you can sort of go and find someone else to take out of context. But yeah, he was, you know, I'm not completely sold on the whole Destiny thing. He does say things that slightly leave me a bit wonky as to where he's actually coming from, but he does seem to be a lot more honest and talk about real things than a lot of other people on the internet. I do like the fact that he's not too cagey about where he's coming from, which is pretty refreshing.
Yabasane?
Baringo.
Agorba. Yaug. Oh, Ben Koya. Ah. Wish. Gafarza, Navweenok. Ugh. Wrong to bibs.
Flob Abgor. Zanahoy Tombra Abazirik. Oob, oob, oob. Senzibi Jalurba Rinka. Yakalo. Tringella
Shippy
Longi.
and shrimp.
Knave Bima. Wabarani Zimze.
Hoi voy! You beamy. Gomip. Glara. Zarbs? Tanf.
Oh.
Mapleaver.
Wadisa.
Weevu.
Ah. Brihe Ganip Beno.
What?
Nilsy.
Oh.
Oh.
Subs. Grashabano.
Washanoi.
Spontabool. Oh. Absuk Pilpin.
Oh.
Clevite. Parhiba. Vul. Apanalfuneda Zonkso.
Quafika Abimo? Ah, Chilu. Blurna Pafinskuma. Baribi, Dumse Bruhana. Kiarba Lonsif, Spabim.
Zanspata Sparf. Shabif. Shabi.
Shinoi. Wabarani Charib. Zabris Kathara. Ganashuna. Tharb Fenip.
Whatever she said. I'm really thankful this year to Amazon. I managed to get all my presents done for my family, and it came to about 300 in the end, or round about 300. But yeah, I because my family are sort of in three sections. There's me, my uncle, and my aunt who live in my hometown. My stepmother and my half brother and half sister, they all live sort of in Oxfordshire. Then my mum, stepdad, sister, brother-in-law, and her kids all live in Kent. So you know, it's lucky that I don't have to. You know, I don't have to take presents to them manually.
De Arva.
Oh, Vadish. Befite Shamagra. Grinoi Foibi. Buma Samzo Mog. Bonji.
Fwe Bejelja. Kanad Sibe. Plesame. Skainsbala Shula.
It's a shame I won't be able to see my
Befite Felka.
half sister and her kids open their presents, because I think they're going to have a good laugh, especially at
Morongi?
my I'll call him brother-in-law, because the problems of having two parents who got divorced and remarried do cause a lot of confusion. So yeah. Oh, who's this?
Baba.
Defunatwe.
Uka.
Kabuni.
Oh, so. Teru.
Ushi Mazo Naba. Umoy Jabby Joe Yuma.
Mushka Harpene.
Yanabi.
Oh, Bemvoy! Quixba Harfin.
So,
Plus, Klatoy.
Bakinja.
Bingo!
And Loy. Sharuna Anaberveric.
Vula Shaka Teebs.
Tiba Bamel.
Siglona.
Trip.
Ah,
Uh-huh. Wadida. Ah, Afrif. Ho, Ederoy. Ha
Oh, my hemorrhoids. Yeah. Someone else with a problem with their bum.
Ish.
Ah, Sul.
Floopy.
I don't think any of my neighbours in the 12 years I've lived in my flat have ever even knocked at my door
Ah, rawr.
or even come in.
Roy Shanib. Amudio Blorid.
Oh,
Blor.
Henbei.
Uh-huh.
Yishla Henbei. Oh, Yixel.
Yegla.
Bansaba. Yibs, Tombra. Ah, Cubeppa.
Sokadam. Ansawa. Mishoiba and Arva. Chimere Jabeen Slawfish.
Simbab Kriko.
I
Jabeen.
wonder what backyard music is.
Ah. Yes.
Sword. Shem. Spalik Orbanei. Puni. Flenis Yisib. Vul Fleeb.
Vadish.
Oh, Nizo.
Oh.
Smintina?
Ah, and Fabi.
Adzinus Minchi. Barlene Yorid.
Parfase Schwoes. Deeps Parfase Horib. Wissom. Rebanina. Swappa.
Dana Wexa.
Pirus. Kansas.
Dizzy Wog.
Woo!
Strange shaped bloke. He's got tiny little arms and a huge groin and a
Yazim.
huge stomach.
Bibbis. Ah, Yabehorn.
So. Lumbeck. Warno Oops.
Yo, Zip.
With a charm.
Khalifa.
Sibawum Florib. Bwis Brainham. Axawa. Skiba Glash. Waboose.
I'll get on the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Merkid Tibanahu.
Zombo Yelps?
Uniata.
Yapaspar.
Brogi. Yakalau Shu Bretno.
Huh?
Ah, Turinga.
Oh.
Reveal deep secret.
Yub yub.
Every time I listen to Bee Gees, I want to dance.
Aji.
Oh,
Anunko.
Shyla. Yeah, Biminak.
Yogs. Sigluna Biro. Vinakapa.
Dag.
So. Wabarani Charib. Zabri Skithara. Gelna Blash. Bool.
Kimba Darfy. Fazik Fazur. Rix. Brapna Guivi. Fazoo. Delso. Tribs.
Oh.
Iba. Bwisset Borb. Tip Tip. Schwabi Frong
Gushal.
Kanaj.
Tribna Thenif.
Ah, Narshko.
Come on, before you shit yourself all over the nice floor.
Dag Dag. Gabla Yamito.
Oh. Wasabis Danka. Wasabis Yavoya Kloim. Funichi Parsafe Frobin. Gularga Fenosa. Batanabe. Tanini. Slefinaj Lamina.
Sibawum Florib. Bwis Brainum. Jeffanathi Banahu. Dinar Felka.
I hope there's an add-on for this that gives you pets, because that's something I always liked about
Bonji.
The Sims 2 in particular, when I had a little kitten.
Shararg. Ibawaw Chinosa. Usanad Zarspa.
Lonet Yub Jabzor. Pospa Zebna.
So.
Huh?
Florib.
Oh.
Bimby.
Lepa. Flares.
Busa Apatoy, huh?
Lof Boimel. Shalbo Yorib. Tunba. Ah, Binkapa. Muskatibs.
Rasa. Urzap. Schwabi.
What should I do?
Spolip Lamena. Jasaka.
Marketers.
Asanar.
The Brett Keane favourite. Oh, he's such a pathetic bloke. His current thing is he wants people to go fund me so he can get the most updated version of the Xbox. So he can just do that, and he's giving up YouTube. And I was like, so where's the benefit for people to give you money?
Rolshpa. Ularb. Subal.
I just never understand people who are that lazy that they just won't, you know, they're so lazy they won't even get a job.
Bombzoid Dimpish.
I used to meet a lot of them down at the drop-in centre I went to after my breakdown, who were like, there was a bloke down there who, he wasn't even the one who had the mental health problems. His girlfriend did. His girlfriend was like about nearly 30, and he was saying like about 19. And he did the weirdest stuff. He was on the dole. He'd get credit cards, get the most up-to-date phone going, and then have to give them back. And I was like, how does this work out as being something positive? Why don't you get a job and then buy it? But, you know, you'd have thought I'd have suggested that he cut his penis off and hit himself around the head with it.
Doba. Spino? Yeah, Fruz. Shem. Spalik Orbanehi. Pliny? Onda Baglafi. Shugim Blossom. Listen. Swafa.
I'm going to have to go to bed. I've got to be up at about 10 because I'm going to the gym. I wonder if she'll get the... Oh, she's disappeared into the ether. Ah, there you go.
Yaug. Oh, bin Koya. Ah.
What's this? Cook a meal.
Kinod. Well, babe.
Come on.
Boss a move, Nerf. Nathan. Jow. Huh. Oh, there's a.
Well, I'm putting my foot down. I have to go to bed because it's nearly 3 and I'm tired. Oh, that was the wrong thing.
Boost this nerd!
Save. Sorry, the last hour has probably been me completely silently playing this, but yeah. And I think I'll end the broadcast now. Let's have a look. Right, I'll see you later. Toodaloo.